Hello Divine Beings, it's day 4 of homeschooling, another productive day. My daughter started off with reading the novel, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe on chapter 3 and 4, and then there was a quiz that needed to be done through sparknotes.com. There was also some preparation for dinner, so she made her first spag bolognese, so that was exciting, using the Recipe Teens cookbook. And I've been experimenting with making my own starter culture with spelt flour, so it finally was starting to ferment, and it did the floating test in water. So we did our first together. We sort of baked together, but with guidance. We baked our first loaf of sourdough bread. It's sort of like a cheater's version. To do a proper sourdough, you should actually let it proof overnight, but this was more like a baguette to go with the spaghetti that she's made tonight. And there was some mathematics, and what else was there? And then she watched for art Leonardo da Vinci. As we're getting ready to go to see his exhibition of his artwork at Loom, I'm trying to build up the momentum of her learning about the different famous portraits. So she learned about the Last Supper, that picture, and I also want to show her Mona Lisa, because with Leonardo, he was a very clever man. He used a lot of cryptic messages, and that's what she was learning about him. And there's a lot of mathematics too within his paintings, so it'll be interesting what I find online for her to watch. Today it was a bit up and down for her emotionally. I think she feels she's not productive, and it's really interesting. I think when a child has been indoctrinated for so many years, they think that learning has to be hard, and it's all about the quantity of what you do. And it's like she's trying to get her head around. She must feel like, I don't really do much, but the thing is she does, because when I say to her, I need you to write about it, or let's take pictures, and we look back over it, she actually has achieved a lot, but in her mind she thinks she's not doing enough. So it's interesting how the school system can really mess with your psyche, and makes you feel that to work hard makes you feel like, okay, you've achieved something, not realizing that you can still do things in flow and still be productive. So it's been an interesting day, and she was quite emotional. I think she feels a bit lonely, and that's normal. Like, I expect that was going to happen. It's a different sort of environment when you do homeschooling on your own, and even though I'm there, I am doing my own work, so it's not like I can just chit chat with her. We had lunch together, which was nice, and we sat outside and we were just sort of having a banter together, and then we were able to play a little bit of bat tennis, and then I had to go back to work. But I think once she gets her head around it, I think she'll be more comfortable in her skin and in her own company. But I think because it's still fresh and it's still new, I'm sort of just holding space and allowing those feelings, because it's like you're grieving leaving school. Like, it was very sudden, and I think she has to go through that process of letting go and realizing this is her new normal. Like, it would be very hard for her to go back into the school system now that I've pulled her out. I think she would find it harder to adjust, because she gets to sleep in, she doesn't have to wear a uniform. Like, it's a different lifestyle. So I keep reminding her, like, you actually got it really good. Like, your learning plan is tailored to your needs. Unlike the school system, everybody has to learn the same thing, and you're graded according to that. So I think it's good that I know the future, what the future self, what will become of it, whereas she can't see that. She's not in that vision. So I just try to stay positive and compassionate, and just go, yeah, it is tough. I know where you're coming from. I understand. And this is all new for her. She did not expect this. When you wish for something for so long and then you get it and you're just like, oh, I actually can't believe it happened. I think that's what's happening in her head, because she'd been asking for it for so long, and then it finally happened. She's still in shock. She's still trying to process that this is her new way of being. But apart from that, I feel like she is definitely making progress, and I just have to keep encouraging her to see it and praising her, and hope that her head, her little ego, starts to resonate with what I'm saying as well. But I think at the moment it's like her false self, her little ego, gets in the way and doubts and sort of self-sabotages. But because my ego is so small, I don't have that resonance, so I just go, that's okay. It's okay to feel this way. You know, you will have up and downs, and it's just like a normal person in the office. We also have to have a mental health day. It's quite normal. So I think once she sort of starts to do it more often, she'll get more comfortable with it, because it's only day 4. It's still new, and I expected that. You know, it's like when you give birth to a baby, day 3 is like you get the baby blues. Well, she's got the homeschooling blues. Like, she's happy that she's not in the school, but there's also a part of her it's unsure. It's that uncertainty, like, am I doing enough? And I think that's what's going on in her head. She's always comparing to what she was doing before, and that's her benchmark, not realizing, scrap the school system. It's irrelevant now. The only thing you're not getting compared to someone else. It's just what you learn and what you achieve, and for your own fullest potential. So that's my job, is just to keep reminding her that until it finally sinks in, and she goes, oh yeah, I don't have to compare myself to anyone. I could just be me. Be that, and then that's it. That's all you need. So that's my update for day 4 homeschooling. Bye for now.